me say.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to Dash Hot 97 with Trisha Dash. We got conversations with Val and Sal coming up.
You won't have to see like, know just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
See you over there sitting in the corner. Eyes on me looking like you wanna come and dance with me. Why don't you come and dance with me?
Yeah. All right. Welcome back. I'm live in the studio. We've got our friends coming in, checking in, chiming in, just shouting out to all my friends. Welcome back, everybody, to the Conversations with Val and Sal show. I'm L.A. Jackson. LJ's got the night off. We got Nate speaking. All right, great. We are all plugged up. We got all the players in the house, in the building. Let's kick this off right now. Welcome aboard, Nate. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing fine. Man, I'm doing better than fine. I'm like exceptionally fine tonight, brother. How about you?
Oh, sound to me like you got a new character word now. Exceptionally fine.
I'm going to quote that. I'm going to write that down. And matter of fact, I'm writing it down right now, man. I can't forget that one because I feel so good. And one of the main reasons I feel so super, super good is I'm going back to where it started for me, man. I've got a special guest with me. He's 3 feet or less away from me, so that energy is just flowing. I've got HAYWOOD Tucker with me in the studio, and let me tell you about HAYWOOD. When I first moved to Atlanta, I got into the studio scene. I met this gentleman that hooked me up with HAYWOOD. HAYWOOD had a studio down in the West End on Martin Luther King and Ashby called HAYWOOD's Recording Studio. And this guy welcomed me with open arms. He brought me in, showed me how to engineer in his studio, because I came in there with my synthesizers and stuff like that. Hey, man, welcome, HAYWOOD. Welcome, my brother.
What's going on?
Man,
LA, it's good to see
man.
you, brother.
He's like my studio mentor.
Memories, man.
Yeah, man. Go on and tell folks about yourself, HAYWOOD. I can't even do it justice. You do it, man.
Well, you know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, from the West Side. Went to Washington High. I go way. I've recorded most of the groups, you know, here in Atlanta. Starting out with the SOS band.
SOS band? Get out of here.
Fat Boys. I mean,
What?
I go way back.
Get out of here.
I worked
man.
with James Brown. I
What?
mean, the story goes on and on.
Oh, my God.
It all started, I guess, with my brother. He was in a singing group.
Okay.
And we went to the Palladium Club up on the Old Bankhead to see them do a talent show.
Wow.
And I'm out there sitting in the audience, and I'm like, oh, man, this is exactly what I want to do. I want to get into music.
How old were you then?
Oh, man, I must have been at least about, 14 years old
Wow.
or something. So I've been amazed with it. And for me to, you know, be involved in music all these years and still doing recording sessions to this day. You
And
know,
got a
everything-
daughter singing now.
Yes, most definitely. Angelica Tucker. You know, she's doing her thing with the 630 band and traveling all around the world singing. So,
well, we want to play some music from her a little bit later on. Is that okay?
oh, you know it's okay, man.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dynamite. So go on with the
Well, I'll tell
story,
you-
man. I mean, you going to say something, Nate?
Yeah, I want to say this brother, if he started off when he was 14, that tells you he has a passion.
Man.
Definitely, and that's something that's meant for him to have.
Man, you have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I walked into his studio and saw that 16-track board, I was like, this is going to be my home. I moved my keyboards in there and everything. But go on, pick back up with the SOS band and all that, Haywood.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, like I go way back. Most of the original groups in Atlanta and from the area, you know, started out in my studio. And it's been a blessing, you know, to record hundreds of people and to see some people make it to the top, you know. It's just been a blessing, man.
I mean, right there at 899 MLK across from Pascal's.
That's right.
Crazy.
Old Bronner Brothers built.
Old Bronner's Brothers.
That's
And that
right.
was the other joy I had about working over there with Haywood, because I always got to see pretty women over there. I just look out the window and see some pretty women.
You know it. You know
I mean, and the bathroom was out there too, so I'd fake going to the bathroom a lot. I just want
So
you
is
to
that
know
where you were going? You were telling us you were going. I feel you.
Man, and then I tell you what, I've met a good amount of people when I was working there. William Green, who recently opened up for Roy Ayers, he's a mainstay in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that guy is fantastic.
Very talented.
Very. I
talented
mean,
brother.
a matter of fact, the Morosa thing I was telling you about that we were doing every Thursday in Atlantic Station last year. William showed up and performed. He was like a one-man band. He came up there, dude. He had all the music in his keyboard, and guess what he did? Oh, he did sing on that song that we recorded. You can get it right here in the studio.
Yeah.
But somehow I forgot about that and just focused on his playing, because you know, about 2 years ago he was playing in the band with Tom Brown, and I
What?
saw him at Sampuca. I went there. And I thought he was just hanging out, and he got up on the stage, man.
Most of the musicians that I've worked with through the years, they all have, you know, evolved and played.
Unbelievable.
And played and playing with some of the best musicians in the world
Best,
today.
top line.
You know.
You can't go any higher.
Man, we would train guys really well. It's been a blessing.
Man, how about
what
Yanrico Scott? I
Oh,
mean,
oh, yes.
And see, I thought he was a drum programmer when he came in there with that Lynn drum.
Back in the day.
And I found out after the fact that he was a real live drummer.
Oh, that's true.
Matter of fact, he plays drum on the track, on a track with an artist that's on my Exposure CD. And the Exposure CD, for those of you who don't know, is the accompanying music CD for my book, Musicology 2101. And I tell you what, Elliot Holden's a fantastic guitarist, and he has Yanrico Scott playing drums on his album.
Man, that's great.
Small
That's
world,
great.
man. Matter of fact, he's got a video with Yanrico saying, "Man, you don't even know who you are."
Really?
It was so funny, and it goes right into this thing. I think I might have posted it on my page, but it's definitely on Elliot Holden's page. I've just worked with so many people, and just watching Yanrico hit them buttons on the Lynn drum, I was
Right.
like, oh my God, this guy is, man. So you were telling me earlier, and I didn't even notice because, you know, I worked at Sony for CBS Records, Sony Music for 10 years, and one of the first artists I got a chance to work with was on Taboo Records, SOS Band.
Exactly.
And I mentioned your name around the office there a couple times, and everybody knew who you were. But, yeah, so you worked with the SOS, but that is amazing. That was before I got
Oh
there.
man, most definitely. Their producer Skagiti walked into the studio one day, and he was telling me that he was producing the group SOS Band, and they needed a place to rehearse and to tighten up their tracks and to do their demos back in the day.
Man.
And that's I just opened my recording studio.
Wow.
When he
Fresh and
walked
new.
in there. And it was a blessing, you know, just to get checks from CBS Records.
I bet that must have been nice.
To design the studio the way I like to have it. You know?
Now tell us about now I don't even know if they're doing this anymore, but I tell you what, I thought Haywood was like the number one artist in Atlanta, and I'll tell you why. When I got there, you had just finished making the McDonald's McTrack's album, and back, in case you don't know, McDonald's used to sponsor an album, I think once a year,
That's
and
right.
feature local artists on it. And
Yeah,
Haywood,
along with V103.
tell us that story, man.
Oh man, it was was a blessing. V103, I was riding around in the car one day, and they put some advertising up saying they were looking for material for the Mac Track album.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was a writer back then, and as I am right now today, and so I submitted these particular songs to V103, to be chosen to be on the album. And then I had clients of mine who also submitted songs. So we had about 4 songs on that album of 10, with two from me and 2 from 2 individual clients. That was also chosen to be on the album, so it was a blessing. Then we did the Budweiser Showdown.
Budweiser Show, yep.
And I did that 2 years in a row with WIGO, Mike Roberts.
Wow.
Program director.
Yeah.
So it just keeps a coming, even up to this day.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And by the way, I'm glad you mentioned Mike, and we've got Nate Bryant on the line here. I wanted to mention the main theme of today's show. And you know the name of the show is Conversations with Val and Sal, but when I have people like you on board, I call it the Hall of Fame.
What? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So you're definitely, you might be the first member, or the first artist or first person on our Wall of Fame segment, bro. So congratulations, man.
Oh, man, you're blowing me away,
Congratulations.
bro.
And
Thank you.
I said that to preface what the topic of tonight's show is. And basically we want, and we're doing it as we speak, we're talking about longevity. So the theme is, the game not only belongs to the swift or the intelligent, but also to those who endure through longevity. And so I wanted you to explain what that meant to you, and you've been doing it. So we're just going to go on and continue. But just for, I like to present what the main topic is. But anyway, here comes some music. Set this up.
Yeah, this is my song. I'm a tennis player.
Right.
I mean, I know some of the moves that some of the pros don't even know. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
But I wrote this song called Tennis. And it took off over in London, England.
Okay.
Over in the clubs.
Well, here we go.
I said, well, let's take a listen.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's play some tennis.
Hit the ball to you. Go hit it right through you. I wonder what you're gonna do when I hit it right with all my might. What you gonna do when I hit it to you? I'm gonna play some tennis, alright. I'm gonna play some tennis tonight. Fun all day, gonna play some tennis, alright. I'm gonna play some tennis tonight. All day. Hit the ball to you, hit the ball to you. Gonna hit it right through you, hit it right through. I wonder what you gonna do when I hit it right with all my might. What you gonna do when I hit it to you? Gonna play some tennis, alright. I'm gonna play some tennis tonight. Have fun all day. Gonna play some tennis, alright. I'm gonna play some tennis tonight. Have fun all day. Tennis, yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna have fun all day. Tennis, yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. That is nice.
Let's
Hey,
play
Nate.
some tennis.
Oh, yes.
What you think about that, Nate?
Man, let me tell you something. It just takes me back when you start hearing something like that. It's very, very. The music itself is. Put it this way, it's a kind of remind me back of Roy Ayers' days. That kind of sound that I listen to it.
Right
And it's
on.
a type of sound that where you want to have the lights off, and just sit back and relax.
Man, I was telling Haywood, man, I just feel like sitting back.
The melody is great on that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was telling Haywood, I felt like just getting in a sofa somewhere with a glass of champagne and just dimming the lights and chilling out.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I want to shout out to my man Chuck Taylor, who's listening right now, DJ Strong, and both of these guys stepped up to the plate and helped me out and, took over the show for me yesterday and held it down, man. I can't wait to listen to that whole show. And they even had me on for the last couple of minutes of the show. So shout out to my homeboys, man, Chuck, DJ Strong, and my other partner, Wade, who's on the way. Hopefully he'll get here in time to get on the air and just say hi to everybody. But, man, I tell you what, man, Nate, you tell me, man, what does it mean to you as far as the game not only belonging to the swift or the intelligent folks out there, but also to those that hang in there and prove longevity?
Well, I'll just say I'll speak from longevity because that's the word that and not only that it can be used in any industry or anything like that, but whatever you get yourself into and you work hard at it and you have that talent and you've been blessed with it. I use the term knowledge because, I've been around for a minute and I've been blessed to be able to come back and have the knowledge to help people with this industry. Mm-hmm. By having same thing with a job, you have so much knowledge, so much experience that people want to come to you. Mm-hmm. You've been in place for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you're looking at that longevity, and you have it, and that's something that. Let me just say it this way here. I'm not. I guess I'm kind of like just shocked about just being on this air right now, but at the same time, let me say it this way. The older you get, this is where that wisdom come into play at. The Bible says that, give instruction to a wise man, he become wiser. Teach a just man, he increases learning.
Wow.
So I say that because of the fact that no matter how old you are, how young you are, you can learn something from somebody. Mm-hmm. But, with the generation that's coming up now, they need to work hard and they need to stay focused and keep the faith and keep moving because when you talk about longevity, people like your man Haywood here, he's been around. He's worked with a lot of people. When you go back and start talking about SOS Band, when I had a chance to meet with them over there off of Sylvain, just like that, you're going way back. And to continue to do what he's doing right now, a lot of times you have that passion and that drive and that discipline. You don't want to give up, and you keep pushing yourself and keep pushing yourself no matter how old you get. True. And I think that when you talk about being swift, it kind of reminds me what Martin Luther King used to say, be swift, be jubilant, my child. Just keep pushing yourself, just like that, but you got to move, and you got to move like there's no tomorrow. Wow. You got to have a plan, too, just as well. But once you get that plan and that opportunity is there, you got to move on it quickly because it might not be there tomorrow. I hope I'm not saying that the wrong way, but that's the way I kind of envision certain things like that, yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Because I tell you what, if you asked me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if I would have ever imagined being on an internet radio show, talking with my good friend Haywood Tucker, talking with a guy like you. I remember meeting you. You had the suit on. You were managing an MC, a rapper named Mac Rod. And I couldn't even put y'all together because, you were the guy in the suit and tie and you're, fine-looking, seasoned, veteran kind of guy. And here's a hip-hop artist. And I was like, wow, man, where's the middle ground there? Right. But y'all obviously had some, which is, amazing. And here we all sitting at I was going to say at a round table, but it's square. But we're sitting at the square table having this conversation. I would have never in my lifetime imagined this. And one other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to track down another cat that we're going to get into and let Haywood discuss a little bit more. Another mutual friend of ours named Ed Robinson, who I had the pleasure of sharing a studio with. So my training grounds was with Haywood in his studio, and years later, I ended up with my own studio, and I had the chance to share a studio space. Ed had a studio in the back. I had a studio in the front. We had this joint jumping 24/7. We had artists coming in, and I swear to God, if that wasn't the closest thing to Motown, I don't know what was. But, yo, Haywood, what's your story with Ed Robinson?
You know, Ed and me, we go way back. He was actually playing with a live band back in the day. And next thing I know, Ed was on the road traveling with
Cameo.
Man. So that's the blessings of God.
Unbelievable.
You know, when I first started, you know, I was into the music. But then when the Lord came into my life, that took me to another level.
Whole nother level.
Because he can do things for you that you can't even imagine.
Can't even imagine.
He can open doors for you that the door will be open just waiting for you to walk in it. I've seen times when I wanted to go to radio stations and talk to certain program directors about playing records or whatever. And I've gotten to the elevator, and the guy that I wanted to see at the top station was getting on the elevator to go to another floor.
Wow.
And they didn't know about it but God.
Wow.
You know, the only thing I'm saying is it's good to be in the music. It's good to do your thing. But, hey, religion, God is real. There is a God.
That's right.
That can make changes.
I totally believe that.
And it can take you where you need to go, where you want to go, if you just trust and believe.
Put your faith in him, man.
And be patient.
And be patient.
But you got to be ready. Think about this music. You got to sound better than anybody out there.
It's very competitive.
You don't have to have no big head about it.
Right.
But you got to be the best at what you do.
That's
You know,
right.
it's kind of like you, Lyndon. You know, LA, when, you know, look where you are. You know, you went through CBS, you went through the studio,
Yep.
and now you're sitting here talking live on the radio.
Got a book out.
That's true.
I got tons of musicians.
We got to talk about that book.
Oh, what you got to say about my
Hey,
book?
man, I appreciate the copy you gave me. I'm
you
finna
see
take
what I
it
wrote
home
in
and
there, right? Check
take
it
it
out.
home. Oh yeah, I'm checking it out. I appreciate it.
I said, man, you created the beast. Let me just read it. To my music mentor, HAYWOOD Tucker, you are responsible for the beast I've become because you taught me about engineering in your studio.
Well,
Thanks for being a friend since 1982.
Man, it's been a blessing.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Man, I tell you, I just
sure.
it could be a movie made about that kind of story,
Yeah.
man, because it's been so many things, man. You know, tell us about this other thing. That leads us right into this other incredible experience I had at Haywood's recording studio on MLK. When I came in there, like I said, I decided to move into your studio. So I brought my keyboard. I had a Roland VP 330 vocoder, and you hook up the mic, and you could talk and sound like Roger and Zapp. And one night, Haywood had this studio, this idea. He was like, yo, man, I got this hookup over at WIGO with Mike Roberts and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Let's make us a commercial.
Right.
And we bounced some ideas around, man. Tell us about that one, man.
Oh, man, I remember we needed a certain sound. We needed an explosion sound to go in this commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember somebody said, man, you don't want to put no explosion on no commercial like that. And I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I mean, this is what I have in mind. So I sit at the board, and L.A. brought in the keyboard, and we hit that keyboard to create this explosion sound. And that one commercial played for the next 3 to 4 years, every day.
Every day.
Maybe, what? They were running that commercial
Man.
maybe 3 or 4 times per hour.
Yeah, all the time.
Every day. And I'm like, oh my
I couldn't
gosh.
believe it. I could not. It was like, WIGO.
That's right there. Yeah, I'm glad we put that explosion in there.
Man. And they said it couldn't
That's
be
all right.
done.
That's right. And it went all the way to V103.
All the way through. And then from there, you got your records played. Tell us about getting, what's it like to be a local artist and you're getting the airplay on V103 and KISS 104 and all that?
Man, it's hard work. I mean, it's hard work. You're on
Did
the
you have to
phone.
pay somebody?
No, it
What?
wasn't about paying nobody. You don't want to start that, because if you start that, you're gonna always have to do that. But no, we went to it the old-fashioned way. We actually went in and had a meeting with the people and presented the record, and it was a blessing for them to like it. And it was a great feeling when you're riding around in the car and you listen to your record on the
Unbelievable.
radio.
I know that sounded good.
And you can change stations and go to another station. You're hearing another record on the radio. It's a blessing.
Wow.
Music has really been nice.
Nice.
but just to do recording sessions for people, because this is all I've done for the last 38 years. This is it.
I was always waiting for Haywood to go to his second job and go do a hustle somewhere or something when I was at the studio, and that was all you did was you was at the studio. You didn't even have to do that.
The studio was my hustle.
That was it.
And the studio is still my hustle to this day, and this is 2013.
Wow.
It's all digital now. Everything is computerized, but...
So it's safe to say that you've been doing the studio thing for almost 40 years. That's
don't tell everybody. Yeah, but that's true.
Hey,
though.
but you were a little bitty baby when you started. But I mean,
very
that's
young, very
40,
young.
dude. I mean, longevity. You spanned 4 decades. You spanned the entire length of the 80s,
exactly,
the 90s, the first decade of 2000. So that's 2000 to 2010, and now we're into the man.
But you know
what's the magic?
I didn't know my daughter Angelica was looking. We were at Frank Ski's. They performed. She performs
Recently,
with
right?
a group called the 630 Band. They do all the nice restaurants and all the nice clubs throughout Atlanta.
Okay.
Angelica is also on a cruise ship singing. You know, but Angelica was watching. She was listening. She was learning. Angelica can walk into my studio or anybody's studio right now, pull up Pro Tools and do recording sessions.
Oh, my God.
Also get behind the mic, sing, and write.
What?
It's been a blessing. She wrote this song titled Rebuild. Maybe we can play
I hope to hear
a little bit of that.
Uh-oh. Is that it?
That's it.
Set it up right quick.
This is Rebuild.
All right.
She wrote it when she heard about the tragedy that happened in Haiti.
Okay.
She walked through the living room one morning. She said, Dad, I got this melody. Take a listen to it. And this is the song, Rebuild. Not just rebuild the building, but rebuild your mind, rebuild your soul, rebuild your spirit.
Well, let's check it out.
Yeah, Rebuild, Angelica Tucker.
This doesn't look
Bring it on
like
up there.
home. We must rebuild our lives, rebuild our strength, rebuild our hearts, not just the buildings that were lost. We must rebuild our minds and rebuild our spirits, leave all the brokenness behind. We must rebuild our hope, rebuild our love, rebuild our faith, rebuild. We must rebuild the change, rebuild the things we lost, our lives rebuild. So many are gone, there must be a reason for me still being here. Resilient and strong, but that doesn't mean that I don't still feel fear. But I'm not alone, and the world hears our cry. And it's not just our homes, we must rebuild our lives, rebuild our strength, rebuild our hearts, not just the buildings that were lost. We must rebuild our minds and rebuild our spirits, leave all the brokenness behind. We must rebuild our hope, rebuild our love, rebuild our faith, rebuild. We must rebuild for change, rebuild the things we lost, our lives rebuild. Yeah. We've gotta build our buildings back, build them stone by stone. We've gotta build our families up and build them home by home, and don't ever let go of each other. We've gotta stick together and show the whole world, let them know that we can rebuild our hearts, not just the buildings that were lost. We must rebuild our minds and rebuild our spirits, leave all the brokenness
That's man. I've got a tear in my eye, man. That
When she sung that song at the Lincoln Memorial on the steps,
how many people, man?
man, at least over 100,000 people was in the audience.
100,000 people.
That was a blessing. That was one of the most, as a parent, that was one of the most happiest times in my life.
I know I would
seeing
have
her
been.
achieve something
Absolutely.
like that. Angelica took us to places that we not even dreamed of.
That's like an anthem, man. That's something that's riding for. I mean, that takes Will the World to a
And
whole.
I give all the credit to Miss Avita King.
Okay.
Avita King.
Who's she?
From the King family.
Oh, wow.
That's Dr. King's niece.
Niece, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And matter of fact, we're gonna be performing live tomorrow at the King Center. Angelica's gonna be performing. I'm also hitting the stage again.
Wow.
We're gonna be
That's
doing
gonna be
some
nice.
positive things there. Yeah.
Now, did she do the backgrounds on that song as well?
Angelica, oh yeah.
And did you have anything to do with the production or the music?
In the production of the music, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, because
Yeah.
I was wondering, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how you've done it, man. Again, right back to our topic, man. Longevity, man. You have proven hands down that you could stand the test of times. Haywood, what kind of advice would you give to aspiring artists, man? I mean, you have a story, man, that's just incredible, man.
Well, you just got to keep focus on your dream,
Okay.
and what you're about. You know, you're gonna have some good times, you're gonna have some bad times, but like we spoke of earlier, you got to have a God in your life that will help you, sustain you, that will, feed everything in you that needs to be fed. And I give him all the glory. I really do.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Amen.
Nate, do you have any kind of projects or something coming up that I don't know, maybe one day all three of us could get together and
Most definitely.
collaborate? What you got on your fires, Nate?
Well, actually, I've been contracted. I haven't signed the contract yet. They're trying to do something for people out of California, trying to do something for the A3C Festival that's happening in October.
Okay.
First week in October, the contracted me to be Atlanta coordinator. I'm working with I haven't signed the paperwork on that, but may have a position that I can quit my 9 to 5, being the executive vice president for independent artist competition. I'm out of Virginia, so I got some people coming in town this weekend. A 16-year-old. They want me to sit down and talk to them about some projects, like that. And one of the artists that I have is going to Dallas, Texas. Been nominated for 3 awards. She's flying in from Orlando.
Wow.
So, yeah. And so, the thing is, I'm working on my book as you got yours done.
Hey,
but you inspired me, by the way.
Thanks, man.
So it's gonna be real dope.
What's it about?
When I use the term dope, I'm talking about what I teach. I'm teaching this business now.
Okay.
I'm actually teaching you the character within yourself about this business.
Decent.
So, it's a strong thing. And, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. And one of my clients is supposed to be doing the Bonner Brothers this weekend. And so they've asked me to be a part of it.
Big
so,
hair show, man.
Trying to see how this is going to work out. But I'd like to get a copy of that last song that was played, though, because I have an idea for that song.
Well, I wouldn't, and this will lead into your artist, because you were telling me about this artist you're working with, and I haven't heard the artist yet, but we're going to have you on the show again with some music with that artist, and I somehow or another, I hear this artist with doing a song with Haywood's daughter, man. I don't know where that's coming from.
That's cool.
I don't know where that's coming from, but
he's 16, by the way. He's not mine. But they're coming in town. They're looking to try to work with me because I know the business side of everything. Well, I know the business side, put it that way. But we're going to have a little meeting about that. He's performing Saturday here in town.
Oh, yeah?
But I think it's a real good look. Yeah, there's a big showcase. Some label's supposed to be in town tomorrow morning. I think it starts at 9 in the morning. I don't have the location, but I will find out, and then I will make sure that I let Mr. Jackson know where it's going to be. He passes on, but the labels are looking at some artists in town.
Well, that sounds good.
But that last song that your daughter did there, I can see where that song can be played at, and I have a vision for that song.
Hey, well, I'll definitely make sure you get a copy. We can leave an MP3 it to you, or I'll leave a copy here at the station with LA.
Yes.
Because all the help helps, man. I appreciate that.
So, okay, but as soon as not to cut you off, but when I get a copy of it, I'm going to play it at a location and see how these people feel about it.
Okay.
And then I will get Mr. Jackson and let him know, okay, that these people like it. And you never know where it can go if this one group likes it.
That's true.
That song there is so powerful, man.
Thank you.
That dude, if even if you decide to do a remix or something down the line and put a choir on it or whatever, even without the choir, dude, that song moves me like the old songs in the old days, man.
I'm so glad that it does that.
It has it. Man.
I was getting ready to walk out the studio and I looked down and I said, "No, I need to take a rebuild with me because someone might hear it and really like it and can do something with it,
man.
like what your Nate is speaking of."
Oh my God!
So that's a blessing.
I'm going to listen to that song again
very
and
inspiring.
again, and very inspiring, man. Oh my God, I can't say enough about that song, man.
Yeah, when she saw the.
What's this song coming up, man?
This is one of the songs I'm going to be performing tomorrow.
Oh, great!
Talking about the people. You know how some people talk about you. Some of the player haters. They don't really even know you. You know, it says, you're talking about somebody for no reason, but you don't really know they got a master plan.
Okay.
That's God's plan.
That's right.
And they're going somewhere. So this is what this song talks about.
Let's check it out.
Even got mine. People say, nothing new. Don't mind. I don't mind. Just as long as I stand, I still got the master plan. Talking about the people. Talking about the people. Talking about that girl, talking about that people. Shake it, shake it, do it, do it, shake it, do it, oh girl, won't you shake it? Oh girl, I want you to oh girl, I want you to shake it. Oh girl, I want you to oh girl, I want you to shake it. Oh girl, I want you to
Man.
Yeah.
Now tell us about that one again, Haywood. Now. That was people talking about you, huh?
Well, it's just like people, they don't know my sorrows, my pain. I stand to be justified, my suffering, my gain. That's what the lyrics say.
Wow. And again, that all comes down to how you deal with that kind of stuff, how you make it through that stuff. Yeah. And again, feeds right back into tonight's topic, which is the game not only belonging to the swift or the intelligent, but also to those who can endure through longevity. Now, I know there was a time I was having a hard time. Me and my buddy, and by the way, folks, Wade, my buddy Wade Jones, just walked in the door. What's up, Wade?
What's up, L.A.?
Man,
Wade.
Always
What's going on? It's all good. Going on.
But me and Wade was sitting in the living room at my house in Lilburn one day. What was it, about 2005 or something?
Yeah.
And we were trying to get our thing going, man. And Wade sat and looked at me and said, "Man, I don't understand it. We're doing all the right things. We're taking all the steps."
Right.
And things were just slowly starting to catch. And, dude, can you compare today to then and tell us what this longevity thing means to you, Wade?
Well, it is persistence. You have to be persistent. I think anything, the race is not for the swift.
Okay.
So in anything that you're doing, you have to really endear yourself to it and really take ownership of it. And when you take on a task like that, it's not an easy thing, first of all, and then it's not a quick fix. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you're going to just put in the microwave and make happen.
Okay.
So you mentioned longevity, and I think about people like Stevie Wonder. You think about people like Patti LaBelle, Prince, these artists that's longevity.
Yeah. Oh, and you missed the first part of the show because that's longevity too. He's been recording for 38 down there 40 years.
That's longevity.
And now he's got a daughter that's doing what he's been doing.
That's longevity. And then that's lineage. That's lineage and legacy.
He passed that DNA
He passed that
on.
on.
Yeah, I didn't know she was looking so closely and picking up all those little tricks in the studio, but she's got it. And she's got that stage presence. Whenever I go to one of her shows, I sit right up front. I'm one of her biggest fans.
Right.
Of course.
The girl's got it going on, and that's a blessing. But there's so many talented people in this city.
Yeah,
there's
it
got a lot of
is.
things going on.
Yeah, it is.
But I have this song called "People of the Streets" that I'm also be doing tomorrow at the King Center.
Okay.
And it's all about helping somebody, help me feed somebody, because some people out here hungry, they're struggling.
Yeah.
So let's play a little of that "People of the Streets."
Okay, we'll get to that in just probably a few more minutes since we just came out of one. But that'll probably be the next song we do, and we'll know when it comes up.
Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. Because music ain't always about let's just shake it, let's just do this.
Right, it's
but
to
it's
help
you gotta
people.
have to help somebody. You gotta have some type of lyrics. I mean, all that is good, but the Lord blessed me with a song that's talking about, hey, let's go out and help feed somebody. Let's see what happens on that end. And I'm trying to concentrate on promoting something with substance in that type of manner. So hope you enjoy it.
Man, that's going to be cool. I can't wait till that comes up. And Nate, Wade, we've got Nate Bryant on the line, too. He's another good friend. And, Nate, have you ever worked on any kind of projects like that, designed to help other people? I know I've worked on the Million Mile March project with the Atlanta Artists Against Gun Violence. That was a very, very touching CD that we made and made in honor of Derwin Brown's mother, because remember Derwin Brown got killed.
Right.
We dedicated that CD to his mother, and it just brought me a bunch of pleasure just to work on that project. So, Nate, have you ever worked on any kind of projects like that, a humanitarian, so to speak, project?
Well, I have received an award for being a humanitarian, from the state of Georgia, by being an ambassador, not on the musical side, but as an activist, a community activist. Got started being with the NAACP, and that's things that I encourage people that I work with to be able to give back, and that's why I stress to them, music should always be commercially ready, because you never know when you go out to a community and do some charity work. You always give back no matter what. And so that's something I've been blessed with over the years. And I don't look for accolades or anything like that. Everything that I do comes from the heart because of the fact that I done been there and done that. And believe me, it's time. And it's time that we all lift up our heads and try and help somebody. So, Mr. Haywood, I just want to commend you for you putting a song together like that, because that's something I truly believe in, and giving back in any kind of way that I can do to help people.
Praise the Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
So, that's the feel.
Yeah, that
help
is.
somebody.
Yeah, help somebody. And that giving back. Hey, how you doing, Nate?
How you doing?
All right. That giving back, man, that's a powerful thing too. I mean, you find, for instance, if you look at philanthropists, just think you get to a point, they get to a point in their lives where that's all they do. You know what I mean? Bill Gates now, that's his life mission, is finding ways to give his money away.
True.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of great people that are involved in philanthropy as well. And like you said, that comes from the heart. And then I believe when God blesses you, then you're almost due,
and you have the power
to give back. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And change and affect people's lives.
Because I was just watching TV or listening to something, and I didn't realize that the owner of the Falcons or the Hawks, Mel Blanc or Arthur Blanc?
Arthur Blanc, owner of the Atlanta Falcons.
That he's the key person that's been responsible for funding the entire Feed the Homeless, the Hosea Williams thing.
Yeah.
And he's the one that dishes out the cash to make a lot of that stuff happen, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to do that.
No.
true.
And he doesn't make a big to-do about it or fanfare about it.
No, sorry.
Arthur Blanc was part of the original 2 or 3 guys that started Home Depot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
That's
they were
where
based here in Atlanta.
Yeah. And then he got out of the Home Depot business and bought the Falcons.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where that money came from to get the
He was. Yeah,
Wow.
he was part. I think there were 2 or 3 guys. Yeah,
And I remember Home Depot was local. And shoot, I went up to New York a couple years ago in the hood, and I couldn't believe I saw a Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Really? What the heck? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
The brand has
Right.
grown. I seen an interview with him where he said, I think that they gave, when they first opened the store, they gave people $1 to come in the store.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing some good work. I mean, somebody's got to do something, man. There's some people out here struggling. These are some hard times for some people, you know.
Yeah.
And for someone like him to donate that amount of money into Jose Feed the Hungry, that's a great thing. That's a blessing. And I'm sure he's being rewarded for that and going to continue
Absolutely.
to be rewarded.
Well, set up the song, Haywood. What's
Yeah,
that?
this
What's the
is
name of
People
it?
of the Street.
Oh, that's the song you were
Speaks
talking about.
about could be you. It could be me. You know, sleeping on a bridge.
Wow.
Think about that, man. That just shows you how blessed we are.
Let's check that out.
Someone that cares, not just a handout, but a chance to get out of this homeless world, living on a bridge. Inside of this shelter, it's a real I want you to help somebody, help someone. The price of life is giving it to the strong people. Now come on, people, oh, come on, people, oh, people, come on, people, oh, people. Now come on, people, oh, come on, people, oh, people, come on, people, oh. Help somebody, help someone. Won't you help somebody, help someone. I want you to help somebody, help someone. Won't you help somebody, help someone. This life that I live is all I can give. I've been accused, love sometimes. See me, that's why I'm asking you to help me, please, help me, please. Somebody,
I'll tell you what.
Won't you lend me a hand and help me feed somebody?
Man, if
feed the
people-
children of the world.
Just listen, man. They just listen. The direction. You got the blueprint right there, Haywood.
I hope so,
You
man.
got the blueprint.
Praise the
man.
Lord.
That's all right.
I just love songs with messages to them, man. When you actually saying something,
Well,
man.
thank you, Ellie. That's what it's about, man.
I'll tell you what, man.
Y'all come out to the show and see the show tomorrow.
We definitely gonna do
And
that.
let's
man.
put this down in a real positive manner. You know, I really
That's cool,
appreciate
man.
this.
Well, you know, Haywood, I've mentioned you in my book. I talk about different things in my life. I couldn't help but I couldn't help but include, you know, your story in there, dude.
Hey,
I mean,
man, when I got that call, it was a blessing, man. You know.
yeah. And you know, it's funny because here we are live in the flesh, talking, looking at each other, but yet, you know, we have to give some form of, you know, acknowledgement to technology, man, because Facebook really brought us back together
That's
again,
true.
Doug.
That's true.
You know, I mean, ever since we rehooked up on Facebook, man, we at least once or twice a week I'm checking
That's
in.
right.
Just like you were surprised that I was telling you the story about your daughter and how much I knew about her going on the cruise. Man, I've been checking in on Facebook, man.
Man, Facebook is wonderful. It can be a positive thing, you know.
And then Wade, he's a man of action, so Facebook isn't on his, you know, front burner.
Yeah.
But look at all the things he's doing out in the studio, working with the artists, doing the artist development.
thing, right.
Oh my God, he just came. Tell us where you just came from, Wade.
Vocal class
For
Ani
who is
my 16-year-old artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, R&B artist, singer, songwriter, producer.
Cool.
Yeah, so we
Nigeria.
just
Oh, yeah?
we just
Wow.
left her vocal class with her and her mom.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. That's great.
yeah, getting her ready for a show with Morosa with Anything Monday, Stevie
Yeah.
Stone and
yeah, that's
Morosa.
August
yeah.
30th
Yeah,
at the Cobb
August
Galleria.
30th. Yeah.
And,
Those girls out of London, right?
yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
right. Anything
And
but
I'm gonna
Monday.
put your name on the list.
Yeah.
Whether you can make it or not, it's gonna be on the list.
Yeah, I flew over to London in January, you know.
Wow.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, they love them out there.
Yeah. That's
Man.
great.
So is there a particular song that they have gravitated to off your album out there, or they just love you in
They
general?
like that song Tennis. That's what's
Tennis,
playing
the
in
one
the
that was the
clubs
first
over
one we
there.
played,
Yeah,
right?
they like that song
Okay,
Tennis because
tennis.
of that downbeat.
And it's big out
it
there.
has.
Tennis is a big thing out
Yeah,
in London.
that's
Okay.
where the Wimbledon is.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
that's right. That's
So
right.
you never know. You know, you just got to go forth and then see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Did you perform while you were out there in London?
I didn't do a show,
Okay.
but I was with my connections out there, and I
Okay.
was able to meet some people
Networking.
that I had never met before. So it was cool.
Some
It was
networking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of networking, good chance to get away and see a different place.
Yeah, yeah.
All that with people driving on the opposite side of the,
Man.
of the
Right.
street, and I had to get a little used to that.
Yeah.
That'll take you used to it, huh?
Yeah.
Man, well, I hope we can all make it out there sometime. And another thing I really am looking forward to is doing an R&B based show in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah?
I would really like to go out to Africa with our setup because I interviewed a guy, over here with the I call her boss lady, Trish Dash. She's going to have a magazine out soon, and I interviewed somebody for that magazine, and he told me that although he's American, he grew up in the business world. He's self-taught himself a lot of things about business, and you guys will read about that magazine soon. But anyway, he went out to Africa and spoke at a YMCA or a youth center or something like that, and out of nowhere, 2,000 people showed up. And what he told me was, for African people, they don't know African American people. They don't see a lot of us out there doing things. So that's why I'm really interested in getting our folks on something going out there so we can, so to speak, back to the motherland, let them see, that we know technology. Wade's a good audiovisual friend of mine. We connect LCD projectors, flat screens, lighting systems, and we're talking $1 million systems, dude.
For corporate AV events and things
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
I just did something 2 days ago for a group, and they had a guest speaker, and he was from Uganda, and I forget, named Derek. He's won one of those CNN Heroes Awards.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the brother was
Really?
deep. He turns soap. He took soap and turned it soap that was being thrown away in hotels and turned that into $1 million business. That
I remember
soap
hearing
is
about
now
that. Yeah.
shipped to 30 countries around the world. And what was funny is LA was talking about Africans not knowing Americans, and when he said when he first got to America, he didn't know any Americans. and especially African Americans, especially, right? And he went to the city of Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying? Brotherly love, right? And he said the only thing he knew about Americans was from the movie Coming to America.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and it is exactly what he said. Yeah. But it was phenomenal. I don't want to get to this whole thing, but he's got a story, and I forgot his last name. But if you look up the CNN Heroes, he's one of them. I think it's Derek Unawe or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But the brother's deep, man. He took soap that he seen that was being thrown away in hotels and had it recycling. They have a plant up in Norcross, and that soap is now shipped around the world. He did it for his country, for Africa, soap. Right? And it's because of the diseases and things that they don't have hygiene. So he addressed the hygiene
issue.
And he said, I got so many women that love me. He said they smell that soap in America. So many mothers. He said, I got wives all over. All over the world. Well, they ship it to 30 countries, and the shop is in Norcross.
I didn't know it was here.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, you could take just an idea, just a mustard seed size idea, and blow it up into something.
Absolutely.
So Haywood, you said you went to some show and with your big brother, and that was how you got the inspiration.
Oh yeah, that was back
in
the day.
Before that, you just never even thought about getting in the music?
No, I was in elementary school back then.
Oh, right.
I mean, I didn't know, but once I saw, these guys, it was 5 of them up there, like the Temptations, and they were getting ready to expand and make a living in the music industry. Hey, I wanted to be part of that.
That's cool.
Little did I know I was going to wind up being a producer or a recording engineer, studio owner. But hey, it's been a good journey, and I feel like I'm just beginning. This is only the start.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we can dream, but God can have a vision bigger than our dreams.
That's right.
For us.
That's right.
There you go.
And that's what I've learned.
I got up this morning. I don't know how this one happened. I guess it had to be God again. But I woke up. I always go to sleep with the TV on. I woke up this morning. It was on some show, and it was about a guy, a music teacher, jazz guy out of Chicago. And they called him Prof, but short for professor. But there was a group called Kashmir, the Kashmir something band or something. Man, these were high school kids that was playing funk. I mean, really? Serious funk. And it was men, women. And again, right back to my theme of longevity, they had like a 30-year reunion, and they showed the whole making of this process. And this guy was, by the time that it was said and done, he was old. He had a mild heart attack. They brought him from the hospital to come see the show. And man, I almost cried. It struck a chord in me when I saw him coming. They wheeled him in on the wheelchair, but he looked so dignified. His neck was straight. You could see how proud he looked, and just to get the testimonies from all his former students. And to bring it all back to him, he was writing music, and oh my God, they played this one song, and I'll never forget it. It just started off with like a little hit, boom, and it just, and the horns just, man. Yeah. If you guys ever get a chance to check this guy out, I was really inspired on that one.
He changed a lot of lives.
And you know what I saw? I saw us. I saw us being old guys still doing the same thing, man. Because I've been thinking about this show all week, Haywood, so I was like, man, I thought about us being old cats like that and still doing it and looking at the stuff that we've created over time at that time. And that's what, let's say 20 years from now, so that's what, 2033?
Yeah.
I believe that.
And that's
man.
Yeah.
And I know.
Yeah.
Go on, Nate.
I'm telling you.
What you got?
Well, I kind of remind me when I started off when I was 6 years old. That's how I started in the entertainment business with my father.
Oh, you
and now look how old I am now.
You were performing?
No, I did my first commercial, Lay's Potato Chip. My father owned a business.
Wow.
And then from that time on, look where I'm at right now. I'm no longer a manager. I have a passion for entertainment, and that's the term I use. And now, of course, LA was talking about how I was managing, and now I took that managerial skills now and became a consultant. And it's worked out very good for me. I've been blessed. And let me just share this with you. One of the things I wanted to point out to you all, last time you saw me, it's been a long time, but I had a stroke.
Oh, wow.
I had a stroke back then. And, I did. I mean, I was just like a baby. But you know what? I had a lot of anger and hatred that was built up inside of me, and I was blaming others and not blaming myself. And so, when I was in that hospital, cried for 2 days, and then finally my pastor called me. And, sometimes I had to let some people go because sometimes you could be doing things for the wrong reason. But I let some people go, and after all that anger came out of my body, my pastor told me, you know what, Nate, God still got work for you to do. You need to get up out of that bed. And if you see me now, you look like I never had a stroke.
Wow.
And so that's the reason why I was so in tune about your song, Mr. Haywood, because of the fact that helping people is something that's so important and dear to me, because now I realize it's not about me. It's about doing my volunteer. My duty is to help others.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I talk about the things I talk about now. And that's the reason why I teach artists now.
Wow.
I don't just talk. I teach business people just as well.
And I remember when I met you, Nate, you were flying out to Las Vegas all the time because you were doing the high professional pool thing. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, what happened was that was another thing, because, see, when you grow up in a business world, you understand, the business side of everything. Robert rules of order, politics, and being involved with politics as well. You understand so much. And so when I was traveling back and forth, in fact, I was the only African-American in the world that was on tour for pool trick shots.
Wow.
And all of a sudden and once I understood what politics was all about, they didn't want me to be the president of the World Artistic Pool. Because of that, they tried to blackball me. And then from that point on, when I got back from Russia, I spent 14 days in Russia, that's when everything hit the fan, that the racism and everything is still big. And so, I was carrying a lot of weight on my shoulder, trying to be a diplomat and being tactful when you talk to people. All it's doing is hurting you because it's not really helping you, because you're keeping so much inside instead of being truthful to yourself.
Wow.
And so, like I said, we could be doing things for the wrong reasons. So, that's when I got back from Russia, I kind of felt like something was happening, and that's when I had my stroke,
Wow.
And I bounced back, and I was doing that, and I was doing the music at the same time, and I had a full-time job, and I realized that there was a lot of things that wasn't really for me. And, when I looked at that and being truthful, that's the reason why I became a consultant, because I've worked every position in the music industry.
Wow.
And that's why I picked up so much knowledge as being a consultant. So now I use what I have now to help others.
So you actually felt the pressures building up and as it led to the stroke?
Yeah, there was a lot of, you could pretty much sense some things that were happening.
Wow.
Because, I wasn't eating right. I was always flying somewhere in the world. If it wasn't for pool, it was for music. And getting 3 hours of sleep, because I got used to that kind of stuff being in the military, because when I retired from the Marines, it was one of those things I never had a chance to sleep anyway.
Yeah.
And so that played a role too, and I felt like I was still Superman, but my body said, you're not Superman. And God told me to rest, because my uncle told me, he said, son, you need to start walking with your head up, because you're going to be forced to look up.
Wow.
And I used to be down. I used to be depressed and stuff like that, because things wasn't happening on my time, And I got kind of disappointed where I've had some deals on the table for some of those artists. Then some personal stuff got involved with some of these artists, and I said, I couldn't deal with this anymore. And, one of the biggest things is one of the artists I was working with had 4 songs on the soundtrack, never got paid a dime, and that's what forced me to do research to find out why.
Okay.
And then from that point on, I thought all I do is research now. But, that's the reason why I can do what I do right now. So I let a lot of things go, but I still care about people and what they do, and I still love entertainment to this day.
Man,
So,
God bless you, man.
yeah, thank you.
God bless you.
Nate, I tell you, it's a blessing, man. I've never met you, but I am so glad that I met you today.
Cool.
Your spirit, I I can feel what you're saying, and it's very touching. And God bless you, brother.
Amen.
In all that you do.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks HAYWOOD Tucker. Thanks Nate Bryant. Thanks Wade. And as always, remember, God needs us all to do something good for him. But first, we have to do something good for ourselves. This is L.A. Jackson with Conversations with Val and Sal and the Wall of Fame. Catch us on Monday. Have a great weekend, y'all.
Right on.
Thank you.
And you also, Wade.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Come over here, see what's up to me. Before someone sees what's up with me, better keep your eyes up on me. 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 And if you wanna be the one.
You have reached 770-310-7.
You better keep your eyes stuck on me. Stuck on me, 'cause I want you. You better keep your eyes stuck on me. Eyes stuck on me. You better keep your eyes stuck on me, 'cause I want you. You better keep your eyes stuck on me. The club's jumping loud, playing reggae. I slow wind, I till wine to the beat, babe. I slowly caress my skirt. Come closer, come and watch me work. Your boy's choosing, you better make a move, babe. Boy comes over here and make a move, babe. I still got my eye on you. Just like I know you see me too. Better keep your eyes up on me. 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 And if you wanna be the one that God's envy, come closer, grind slowly while you near me. You won't have to see like, know just what it feels like. Come over and dance with me. You better keep your eyes stuck on me. Stuck on me. Stuck on me. 'Cause I want you. You better keep your eyes stuck on me. Eyes stuck on me. Stuck on me. 'Cause I want you. You better keep your eyes stuck on me. Don't let this moment fade away. As the music plays, be with me to this song. Don't let this moment fade away. As the music plays, dance with me to this song. Better keep your eyes up on me. 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 Better keep your eyes.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to Dash Hot 97 with Trisha Dash. You just heard the conversations with Val and Sal. They'll be back every Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. We're Dash Hot 97. We play more music and do less talking. Guys, got any song requests? Please dial 770-574-4355. Again, you guys are listening to Dash Hot 97. I got Trey Songz coming up next.
You know, I have to be honest. It's like, for the first time in my life, my pride is not involved. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to tell you, girl. Girl, I love you. Believe that. But if I can't have you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Listen to me. So many people never find the one. That's why I really wanna tell you some. I really think this is it for me. I really think you're the one I need. 'Cause baby, I done had a